Yeah, so I mean, we're really delighted with the JROC report. I think clearly there's a mixture of it's amazing, but there's also a bit of trepidation. There's a great deal to do in a small amount of time, and there's a number of those 29 actions that have got OBIE's name against them. So we're really in planning mode at the moment. We're working out how we do it, who does it, etc., etc. But we're really trying to hit the ground running. And Raf mentioned earlier that we've already got work going on around financial crime, which we did under the order because it's clearly an order related item, but I think it has wider applicability for the whole ecosystem. So, you know, we're not waiting for people to create terms of reference. We're really starting that work now because we have some of those actions to be delivered in Q2. So lots of work going on and really exciting work. And I think it builds on the strategic working group that did a lot of work at the back end of last year. And I think what's really good is it's listened to ecosystem participants and other stakeholders. And it's not, you know, it's not a list of things that are going to happen long time in the future. It's got some things that can happen immediately, and some things that will take a little bit more time to work through. And multilateral agreements, to the point around VRPs, a lot of the content of the SWG report said, if this is going to be non-regulatory and sustainable, you need to have a way to bring everybody together and collaborate, but similar rules around this. How do you get to that? And the answer usually is some form of agreement that everyone is comfortable with. So a consumer knows if something goes wrong, how it's going to be sorted out, whether they bank with NatWest or any other bank, and whether they use one TPP or another. So what is the common areas of agreement for VRPs in the UK economy, and where does it fit? So I think also the other thing I mentioned in relation to VRPs in the report is that I'm just looking at the 5 themes at the moment, and a lot of those 5 themes overlap with elements that we've talked about that are essential for VRPs. One element is mitigating the risks of financial crime. We need to keep fraud down, clearly, and within the VRP construct, we need to make sure fraud is not a problem and doesn't create additional friction for users. The whole point of VRP, or one of the points of VRP, it is a relatively low friction way to pay. The other is there's consumer protection is one of the big 5 themes. So again, that's in there too, and information flows between organizations and end users. Again, that's important for VRPs. If something doesn't work, people need to know, the PISP needs to know, and the consumer, to Raf's point around knowing, you know, which merchant they've been using when they see that item on their statement. They need to know that. They need to be able to look at their dashboards and see VRPs alongside direct debit. So totally agree with Raf. But I think the good news is that things do overlap. There's a good jigsaw puzzle that's been created here, which I think can really help with VRPs. And it's not all left to the VRP working group, which is good news in and of itself.